international non-governmental organizations, that is the NGOs, were caught supporting the terrorists in various capacities. Activities that have been confirmed on the part of these NGOs include, please note, 1, UNICEF staffers passing classified military information and intelligence to Boko Haram terrorists. 2, action against hunger, supplying food, medication, and logistics support to Boko Haram terrorists to enable them recover from the degradation of their fighting capacity by the Nigerian military. 3, Human Rights Watch issued a pro-Boko Haram report to tarnish the good works of the Nigerian military. 4, we have been very consistent and very persistent about this Amnesty International. Amnesty International has been issuing series of reports on media content to advance Boko Haram interests. It is therefore apparent that the ultimate target of the subversive activities of these NGOs is Nigeria's democracy. It can't be otherwise. They want to undermine not just the Nigerian military, but every institution that makes Nigeria a sovereign democracy. Our recognition of this threat had earlier made us to call on the security and anti-graft agencies in Nigeria to investigate and track the cash flow of these organizations. The call was premised on the need to establish how they have been supporting Boko Haram terrorists against Nigeria and Nigerians. We find it expedient that the investigation of the NGOs operating in the Northeast requires a comprehensive approach. While the security, anti-graft, and military agencies are able to shed light on the damage they have done to peace and security, it is apparent that we need to have a profile of the larger and farther-reaching consequences of activities that are targeted against Nigerians and the country on a larger scale. As a consequence, we are demanding, I say as a consequence, we are actually demanding that the National Assembly immediately begin to investigate the activities of international and some local compromised NGOs operating in the northeast of the country. The probe should be with a view to identifying how and why entities that do not mean well for Nigeria and Nigerians have been operating in the country to the extent that they were able to provide cover for terrorists. It is our belief that the outcome of such probe will empower the National Assembly to mandate security agencies and the military to give proportionate response to the threat that these organizations pose to Nigeria's integrity. We equally believe that an investigation into the activities of these NGOs will provide insight into the areas in need of amendment where Nigeria's legislation on terrorism, terrorist financing, and national security are concerned. The investigation will also help trigger a legislation on NGO financing in Nigeria, which has been used as a front for funneling funds that are now threatening the existing and the great existence of Nigeria. In the meantime, we demand that staffers, management, and owners of NGOs that are found culpable of the serious allegations, like providing funding to terrorists, as been alleged in public domain, should be handed over to law enforcement agencies for trial. It is our passionate appeal that even if the National Assembly members are unconcerned about the suffering of Nigerians under the tyranny of these international NGOs, they should at least look out for their own personal interests that will be imperiled if these subversive elements are able to disrupt critical national institutions like theirs, as they are attempting to. Our lawmakers must take a definite stance against this threat, not just to Nigerians, not just to them, but our great country, Nigeria, because we do not have any other country apart from Nigeria. Thank you very much.